So this is episode 2 of There Can Be Only One. This week is going to be T-1000 versus the Wolverine.
I'm stoked for this one. It's
Yes.
going to be interesting.
And with me again is Kevin.
Hello.
He's just with me.
Yeah. Through thick and thin. Through shitty battles and good battles.
We broke this week down a little differently, a little bit more organized. This battle is going to be in 3 rounds. Kevin and I are going to kind of score each, each person we're going to score on how they would do in a different scenario. So each round is in a different scenario.
Score them out of 10, right? One out of 10?
Yeah,
Okay.
1 out of 10. And whoever has the most points technically wins. And if anyone has any arguments, you can make that online. Onlyonepodcast.com. Hopefully I'm not a lame ass, and I'll have that up on iTunes this week, along with episode 1. So sorry if you haven't been able to hear episode 1 yet. I know there's like 20 people that are disappointed right now.
I know, right? I was looking forward to this so much.
To get to it, we have 3 rounds. This is between the Wolverine and T-1000. I guess let's go over some strengths real quick.
Yeah, for sure.
Go on.
Yep. The one thing that they both kind of share that I really dig about them is they're both hard as hell to kill.
Yeah.
They are both extremely hard to kill. So I think that's going to really come into play. Not necessarily who's the stronger, like, offensively, but, defensively, like, who's the hardest to kill. I think that's what it's going to come down to.
They could easily both just beat the fuck out of each other, but it will do nothing. I mean, you can destroy both of them, and they will come back. And, like, one thing I wanted to make sure that I didn't forget that we will have to come back to later is we cannot forget the Wolverine survived a nuclear blast.
Yes.
So,
I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
I mean, essentially, my understanding is if that motherfucker regenerates kind of like the T-1000 does, but organically.
Yes, exactly.
That is correct, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So they share that power, which is kind of lame for anyone going against them.
No, so they both share regeneration. They both have metal blades.
Some sort of metal.
Yeah, and just remember the T-1000 cannot form into anything complicated. So he can't make a gun. He can only be... This is according to the T-800 with, detailed files.
You hacked into a T-800 to get information?
Yeah. No, Arnold has some detailed files on his enemy. And so he can only form into simple shapes. One of them being manipulating. He can shapeshift. He can turn into whoever he wants. And he can make blades with his hands. Wolverine, same thing, regeneration. And he's got blades made out of adamantium.
There you go. There it is.
Fucking hell.
Is there anything saying what the T-1000 is? What metal that is? That liquid metal he is? Is that
liquid alloy? I will look that up right now.
I mean, I'm sure it's like some made up ass shit, but still cool little facts.
Yeah. So I mean, either way, it's not going to be stronger than Wolverine's. That is the strongest. So the T-1000, also known as Prototype Series 1000 Terminator. I never put that together.
What, T is for Terminator?
Yeah.
I feel so dumb too. Like, I never thought about that either.
Is a fictional shape-shifting android, T-1000, main antagonist in Terminator 2, obviously. And
the best of the Terminators.
I will say this, and I know everyone disagrees with me, but Terminator Genesis was pretty badass too.
I think I stopped watching them after the third one.
Third one sucked. So you never saw the Bale one?
No, I did not.
The Christian Bale one's badass.
That one was more of the actual war setting, correct?
Yes, that was in the war. So yeah, I don't have any information on it's some kind of alloy, and I know my brother, if he listens to this, he's going to be literally quoting the exact line. on what kind of metal it is because he knows Terminator 2 like the back of his hands. So anyway, we know it's not stronger, but the point is,
it's strong. It's pliable.
he doesn't have any bones,
Right.
which is gonna come into play. So right now for strengths, we got both regenerate, both can make weapons or have weapons fixed to them. Both are strong, both are fast, and but both have been defeated.
Yes. Yes, they have.
That being said, because it will have to come up, and I know that this is a very unpopular opinion, but I thought Logan was a dog shit movie.
Oh, that is a podcast in all its own. We will argue. I thought it was great.
I thought it dragged, and I did not it wasn't. The whole time I just watched it going, this is just depressing as fuck.
Yeah.
And everyone is told
goal achieved.
That's the fucking point. It's supposed to be depressed. Well, if I wanted to be fucking depressed, I'd go listen to some fucking My Chemical Romance. And I wouldn't be depressed because of the lyrical content. I'd be depressed at how terrible that music is.
And how successful it is.
Very successful. So anyway, man, you and I and our tangents. So there's 3 rounds. Round 1 is going to be a normal cage match. No special rules, just the 2 of them in a cage. Who is going to make it out of that cage alive? So we'll score for both of them 1 out of 10. We're kind of doing UFC rules here.
Okay.
Round 2 is in a refinery where
the T-1000 was destroyed.
So there's going to be we're going to make it seem, make it fair. There's going to be pools of lava laying around, but it is up to the Wolverine to get him in one. And then round 3 is where Wolverine died in a forest. So round 3 takes place in a forest with sharp sticks laying around.
Yes.
Yeah. So spoiler, if you haven't seen Logan, real quick, he dies.
Spoiler alert, he dies.
He was impaled on a stick. That is how one of the greatest comic book villains died.
It's not a villain, you motherfucker.
Heroes died. He was
anti-hero.
Impaled on a stick. So,
like I said, that's another podcast. You are just frustrating me right now.
It's
but yes, that is where his body gave up finally after years and years and years of kicking ass. And did I mention years and years and years and years of kicking ass?
Yeah. Well, we don't know how long the T-1000 was around before, he didn't get impaled.
He was a brand new fucking model, bro.
He didn't get impaled on a stick. He had to get thrown into a pool of lava.
It was not lava. It was molten metal.
Molten, yeah. Okay.
There's a huge difference.
That is true, yeah. All right, so let's get into round 1, cage match. I almost feel like I need a sound effect.
Round 1, fight!
So round 1 for the cage match. Let me hear your thoughts on this.
Honestly, I think in that scenario, that is a very long fight. Because, with just how hard they are to kill with no tools around them other than their own bodies, I'm not sure if anyone has the upper hand right there, really. Because, they can trade blows all fucking day. They're going to just keep regenerating. Yeah. And you don't have anything in that area to destroy them on a molecular level.
Yeah.
So, I don't even know how to call that.
I personally give this round to the T-1000 and a not close fight whatsoever for the simple fact that A, he can decapitate Wolverine, and can we assume that he can be decapitated?
I don't know. Has he ever lost any limbs before?
No, but I'm talking about like. The shitty we don't speak about. Deadpool got decapitated, and that was kind of how they sort of defeated him. But that, because there is, I honestly, I think it was Derek that mentioned that when we had this debate online was there's still, space between the vertebrae that the metal is gravitated to that he can sink that blade into.
Yeah, I think after a while, after enough attempts, because this fight's going to go on forever, I think, he could possibly finally finally get that.
He would have to really hack away though, because there's no way he's gonna get through on the first one.
Yeah, especially when he hits that adamantium.
Yeah.
You know.
And on top of that, I will say this though: Wolverine T-1000 doesn't feel pain. Logan does feel pain, even when he's regenerating. He's still like, oh, I really fucking felt that. You know, so I think in any grappling, T-1000 can just ooze out or fucking move out of the way. I think.
Yeah, I think ultimately, I think that round favors the T-1000 just for the fact that he is a machine.
Yeah.
He doesn't get exhausted at all. Doesn't feel pain.
Doesn't get exhausted. And Wolverine is a crafty fuck, and he can definitely, I mean, he's gotten out of some tight spots, but I just don't see any way of him walking away from that fight alive. I think T-1000 could just slice him and dice him and just keep fucking him up until he doesn't have enough energy to keep fighting, and that's when he goes for the fucking head chop.
Yeah, because, I mean, he's a goddamn rabid Wolverine. He's got a lot of, he's quick, he's aggressive. He could sit there and, slice and dice homeboy all day long.
Yeah.
Not let him be able to get, regenerate. But after a while, it's just going to wear him out, I would assume.
I mean, he would literally have to just slice him, to pieces. And then I'm talking about Wolverine slicing the T-1000 to pieces and then literally scooping the puddles away from each other. Mm-hmm. But then those puddles can form into whatever to fight back. I mean,
I think or do we have to do a score here?
Yeah, I mean, give them a 1 out of 10 odds, I guess you would say, how they would perform. I think it would be a good fight. I think it would be a long fight. I don't think Wolverine would go down.
It would be a fucking brutal fight.
It would be really fucking brutal. So, yeah, let's give them scores on that one, whoever you think. And then we're going to move on to round 2, which is the refinery. All right, so...
Okay. Refinery.
Yeah.
So is it the same refinery? Do we want to just do that?
Yeah, let's just make it because it's going to be
exact same refinery.
Exact same refinery.
All right.
Again, go ahead and lead this one.
I mean, it's going to be really similar to the cage match, just with a lot more fucking toys. That's for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of places to get away, to hide. Maybe if somebody like Wolverine needed to catch his breath or just get away for a second, let his body regenerate a little bit more. So he does have, I think he has a bit of an advantage in round 2 than he did in round 1.
Yeah. I think round 2 is another brutal fucking fight. I would say that he would probably put 2 and 2 together, Wolverine. Just that.
Well, he's got to know what would kill himself. Like Wolverine knows what would kill himself. So
yeah, and I think he would assess the surroundings, kind of going, all right, I can at least, if I get him in that will hopefully do something. At the very, let's just put ourselves in that scenario. If we're fighting this thing that's fucking shape-shifting and...
You've already tried everything,
Let's not even assume that we've tried anything. Let's just go, this thing is fucking... okay, we've shot him, we've stabbed him, nothing. I'd be like, that pool of, hot shit...
Yeah, it seems like it would do something.
And here's the thing. Do you think that, that would kill Wolverine if he found
Yes, I think it would.
You do?
Yes. I mean, if it was able to destroy the T-1000, I don't see why it wouldn't take him out as well.
Yeah.
So now you have to wonder, how does Wolverine get him in there? Because that dude has some anger issues, and I kind of have a feeling he would just
spear him in.
He would spear him in and go in with him.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I have a feeling that would be his downfall, is his rage in a scenario where you have to be, precise and everything.
Plot twist, they fucking kill each other.
It's a twist.
Yeah, I'm trying, I don't think it would kill Wolverine. And I'm going to give an explanation.
Ooh,
you can hear that.
Hear the fizz.
So my reasoning for thinking that it wouldn't kill him is that it didn't kill the T-1000 instantly. He kept whipping up and doing that whole, that whole dramatic scene.
Yeah.
So I think Wolverine would fall in that and would melt his fucking skin, probably take out some organs too. But his brain is literally encased in adamantium. So as long as that keeps moving and he survived the blast from Jesus Christ, Phoenix, when she was doing those.
That is true.
Just blowing him the fuck up repeatedly, melting his skin off, and he kept going. He survived, like we mentioned earlier, a nuclear blast. I think he could. It would be uncomfortable, but I think he could swim out of there. I think he could survive, not stay in it, but. The T-1000, obviously, it fucks him up enough to where he can't form into anything that can get out. But, Wolverine, I think he could swim out. I think it would be close. If he stayed in it, he'd die. If he could make
I have no doubt about that. I mean, it's going to melt him down. Well, I guess at that point, you have to find out what temperature does adamantium melt at. But at the same time, I mean, there's cavities in the skull that shit would go through and eventually get to his brain. Well, absolutely.
We can't even just assume that it's his brain where the mutation threat. Like if he loses his heart, that shit that's gonna seep in through his ribs and just.
Obviously it takes a while for them to be broken down because the T-800 was able to be fully submerged and still have enough. Ability to thumbs up it, so it's going to take a second.
One of my favorite scenes ever.
Oh, absolutely. It is okay for any man to cry at that scene.
Yes. So the way I see this going down is I see Wolverine doing opening up a can of whoop ass on him and getting out of the way, moving and exploring his surroundings. And I see him getting near, the fight evolving to a point where it gets near where the molten shit is, and I see him putting 2 and 2 together, and doing a nice little shove into the molten stuff. So I give this one to Wolverine, and I would say it's close, but I think just because the advantage is in Wolverine's favor, I think he takes it.
I think this one's evenly matched as opposed to the first round. I think either one has a possibility of taking this. Just because you have that weapon there that is available to both of them. Yeah. And, T-1000 is a machine. He computes. I'm sure he could figure that shit out as well. Yeah. So, I'm going to say right down the line, that's 50-50 in either one because your variable isn't their skills. Your variable is the...
Thanks for spoiling your score, bro.
Fuck.
No, that's good. That's good. As long as I already put mine down, because we have to add our scores up together, and that determines the winner. So even if I give a low score, but you give a high score, see? So, so that's round 2. I give it to Wolverine. You give it a equal match.
I give it a coin flip.
Yep. So I think we both kind of have round 1 going to
the T-1000.
T-1000. Round 2's kind of a toss-up.
That's going to come down to score, for sure.
Wow. Wolverine's really going to need to fucking pull something out of his ass for round 3. And, but this is, so round 3 is where Wolverine died, where Logan died, in a really bitch-ass way, in his shitty,
God damn it. Son of a bitch.
Believe me, I honestly think my brother, considered, disowning me as a family member when I told him. He was so excited when that movie came out. He was just like, dude, have you seen Logan yet? Just repeatedly asking me, have you seen it yet? And I'm like, no, I'm really excited. It looks epic as fuck. And then I saw it, and he's like, what did you think? And I'm like, the lamest fucking Wolverine movie to date.
Yeah. To date?
To date.
Dude.
Yeah.
Well, I always did think Justin was a smart one.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, he writes better lyrics, that's for sure. What do I put here? I don't know. Let's just write the end.
Oh, epic.
So round 3 takes place in the forest. And just to make it fair, lots of sharp sticks.
Okay, yes. Sharp sticks for old men to die on. That's actually something.
Hold on. Sharp sticks and children.
Oh, there's children. Yes, there are mutant children.
Yeah, mutant children for Wolverine to be distracted by
fuck
and
that.
protect.
Fuck that. Mono y mono. So I'm assuming this is Wolverine in his prime, right? This isn't Logan.
It has to be an equal fight. Yeah. So.
Honestly, I really don't see too much difference between round 3 and round 1 because, well, unless you consider sharp fucking sticks, there's not really something there that destroys one or the other, like a pool of lava or molten metal. So,
we have to keep in mind, too, that the T-1000 wasn't only killed by molten material because you haven't seen Genesis. They remake this scene.
Oh.
Yeah, spoiler. So if you haven't
spoil the shit out of that. It needs to be spoiled right now.
So the beginning of Terminator Genesis, they pretty much replay Terminator 2 in about 20 minutes.
Oh.
And Terminator 1. So in the opening scene in The Terminator, when the T-800 Arnold is walking up to the punks to steal their clothes, he gets blown the fuck up by Sarah Connor, who has another T-800 with her, who traveled back in time to tell her. So basically, Terminator Genesis takes place in an alternate timeline.
Oh, okay.
So, and that
kind of like Days of Future Past.
Exactly like that. So Arnold blows Terminator 1 up before he does anything. Yeah, I know.
You stalled on that word up there. Arnold blew the Terminator.
So he blows him up, or she does. Sorry, she does. He battles him. Pretty cool scene. And then they capture Kyle Reese, who travels back in time to save Sarah Connor, and they meet up with him as he meets a T-800 or a T-1000, who's a different actor this time.
Oh, boo.
Yeah, and so he's like, what the fuck is going on? I came back to protect you from a Terminator. She's like, yeah, I know, we already took care of that one. And you're like, oh shit, things are changing. So bottom line, they know they have to deal with the T-1000, so they basically bring him into a fucking like trap, and they drop fucking sulfuric acid on him. So they bring him into this building that's enclosed, and they have this gallon of it's the sprinkler system that's like with sulfuric acid in it, and they fucking trigger it, and it dumps sulfuric acid on a T-1000 and fucking melts him.
Yeah, okay, so you have to melt the motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. I will say this. So a really cool scene is they kill the original T-800 from Terminator 1.
Mm-hmm.
T-1000 in the beginning scene of the movie walks by the carcass of the dead T-800 and drops a little bit of himself into it, and it wakes him up, and it's a fucking zombie Terminator.
Whoa.
In Genesis, there is a goddamn zombie Terminator.
That is actually pretty rad. I might check that one out for sure.
It's not a bad movie. There's just the thing that's weird is John Connor becomes a Terminator.
Really?
Yeah, through oh my god.
That's almost as bad as like a character like Logan just being eliminated with a sharp stick.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. No, he's an entirely different Terminator. It's not a T-1000. It's like I fucking forget the term, like the micro.
That little microchip that he had?
No, they're like little machine bug things. Like if you, they're little machines that make up a big machine.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like a Megazord.
Yeah, and that's what he is a combination of like so he's not a T-1000 and he's not a T-800. He's a machine, but they like replaced he's like Wolverine. They replaced him on the inside out with like yeah, it's pretty cool. Definitely worth a check out. So anyway, it's not just molten material. We have sulfuric acid. So any acidic hot material
in a forest.
Forest fire or a hot spring.
Oh, hot springs.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't see Wolverine walking away with this one either.
All right, how so? He can get away this time. He's not trapped.
Right. He can get away, but at that point, no one wins. He didn't win. T-1000 didn't win. I mean, I'm sure motherfucker could climb up a tree.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I think it just comes down to just a cage match in a different environment, really.
A cage match without a cage.
Whoa.
I give this one. I can't give it away yet. I think Wolverine takes it.
Do you think Wolverine takes it? How would he take it? How do you think?
Because he's a fucking hero.
He's the good guy, damn
He's
it.
the good guy. This isn't Game of Thrones. No, I
or
think,
Logan. Because the good guy died in Logan.
Yeah, well, that's
In a forest.
why I said a good guy can't die, because Logan is not in my catalog of movies that I think are worth mentioning.
You're such a...
No, I think Logan has enough to work with as far as figuring out a way. So here's how he does it. He slices them up into bits and pieces and separates the materials. He figures out how to do that and separates the materials, and then drives to a refinery and dumps it in lava.
He wraps this motherfucker up in some with some fucking bark that he formed into robe.
Sharp sticks.
Oh man.
I think that he has enough to work with. He could, because the T-1000 isn't as dangerous when you break him down.
Oh no, he's a puddle.
Yeah, he's a puddle, and I think as long as you can keep him in a puddle, he has enough area to kind of strategize, figure out how to narrow it down. Sorry. I'm totally gonna edit that out, or should I keep it?
No, you should keep it.
I should put it in the intro. Just that can only be one, or that can be only one. No, I think he has enough resources, and he is a resourceful guy. It's not like Wolverine doesn't know how to fucking kill some powerful people. Like, he's...
That is true.
Yeah.
The Phoenix.
Yeah. Fucking
Dead.
stuck her.
Yeah.
In
More than one way.
I was literally going to say it more than one way, yeah. No,
I think both performed very well.
Yeah.
I think it, like I said, with the cage match scenario, that is a fight that's going to go on for a very, 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 very long time.
Yeah. I mean, a forest has got to end somewhere.
They just fight out of the forest. What's at the end of the forest? A refinery.
All right. So, are you feeling confident in scoring this one?
Yeah.
All right.
I am.
Alrighty. So,
So are we gonna tally up here? You said that's how we're doing it.
yeah, we'll tally
All
up. We gotta add up. So we should start with.
Well, I'll let you know right now that I stuck around. Like I thought it was pointless to give somebody a 4 on something because they're so evenly matched.
I had to fucking make sure that I didn't give a 4 to anyone. So let's start up by tallying up Wolverine for like drama, and then we'll tally up fucking.
Okay. Well.
Round 1, what did you give Wolverine?
Round 1, I think since he performed well, and the only reason why he doesn't win is because there's nothing to kill him with.
Yeah.
I couldn't give him a perfect score, so I gave him a 9.
Wolverine
Wolverine got a 9.
Jesus Christ. Giving out candy here.
Hey, bro, candy's
right.
fucking rad.
Round 2 in the refinery.
Since it's even and it go either way, I gave him a 10.
Jesus.
Well,
All right. Round 3.
same as cage match. I went
So
9, 10, 9.
9. All right. So right now, Wolverine's sitting at a 28 on your end. I'm going to add up mine.
And explain how you do yours, because maybe I was...
No, you're fine. 10 is decimation, in my opinion. That's just dominating.
They are decimating each other.
And 5 is a fight. A good fight goes either way. Kind of like if you give a 5 and you die, you can die with pride. You know that.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
All right. So
I just put like if you win, you fucking get a 10. Doesn't matter how it happened.
So ironically enough,
they are brutal fights.
If you know me, this is ironic. I was a little conservative with my number.
Oh, interesting.
So round one, I did not think it was a close fight because he can't grapple a T-1000. He'll just fucking blob around you and do whatever choke. Or I think he would just slice him to pieces. There we go again. I think he would slice him to pieces and just exhaust Logan until he couldn't fight anymore, and then give him the old fucking 1-2 chop and cut his fucking head off. So I gave Wolverine a 3. Yeah. Round 2, I think Wolverine takes it pretty decisively because he is resourceful and he is a badass. And so I gave him a little bit better of a score. I gave him a 7 because I think that he'd kick the shit out of the T-1000 because I don't think the T-1000 is a very good fighter, like, at all. From what we've seen, he
doesn't need to be. He's built to destroy something right then and there, not waste time on it.
He's built to take a fucking beating, and that's about it. So I think Logan kicks the shit out of him and gets him into it pretty quick. And on the off chance he falls in, I think he survives the molten pit, the Wolverine. So 7 for round 2.
Okay.
Round 3, really close fight. I think that the limitations that constricted him from winning in round 1 are gone. He's not in a cage anymore. He's out in the open. He has room to be, run away, be resourceful, plan a strategy, think out his, because he was a soldier too.
That is true.
We didn't really talk about that.
A lot of wars.
In every American war,
exactly.
Minus, he was in the Civil War. That was his first.
Yeah, I believe he was in the Civil War.
He was born in the 1860s.
He was obviously in World War II.
Yeah. Vietnam.
Sure.
He was in Vietnam.
Yeah, I'm sure he was in World War I, but I just don't know if that was ever mentioned.
I think you give him time to be resourceful,
Well, I mean, the fight with in Terminator 2, that spanned quite a few city blocks because they were moving around. Yeah. They were being resourceful. And
exactly.
Well, okay, I can see that.
So I give that.
So it might not stay in the forest.
No, and or even if it does, I think he figures out a way. Like I said, for people who go, well, you got to explain how for it to be a win. I think he gets him into enough separated pieces that he's able to contain him, and he could technically hold that shit in his fist, and he couldn't escape. So if the T-1000 tried to...
Because he would not be able to get through the adamantium?
Exactly. Okay. So I gave Wolverine on that fight a 6.
Okay.
A close fight. For a total of... Jesus Christ. 37... Did that add up my fucking 7? No, it didn't. God damn it. Alright. Total of 44.
Bouty bout.
We'll edit out this part. What was your scores again? Hold on. Hold on. My fucking calculator's being a gay frog. Maybe I'll keep that then. Alright, what do you got?
I got 9, 10, and 9. So 28.
9 plus 10 plus 9 plus 3 plus 7 plus 6.
Yeah, I was a little liberal in my scoring.
Yeah, so 44. All right, so Wolverine, between Kevin and I, rounds 1 through 3, scored 44.
Go ahead with your T-1000, Steve.
What's that?
Go ahead and you start off on the T-1000.
I'll start off on the T-1000. Excellent. All right. So I was very liberal with my number on T-1000. Round 1, as I said earlier, decisive fucking victory for the T-1000. I don't think it was much of a contest. It would just take forever. So I give round 1 to the T-1000 with 9. Decisive beatdown. Round 2, I don't think it would take much. It would take maybe a little bit, but I think Wolverine being resourceful, I think he gets him into the pit of lava with not much...
without sacrificing himself?
Yeah, without sacrificing himself, or even if he does, he swims out. Okay. I gave the T-1000 a 3 on that one. Round 5, which I did... I will say this now. I gave him... Or I'm sorry, round 3... Just gave away my fucking score. Round 3, I gave him a 5. So I gave Wolverine a 6. I gave him a 5 in this round. So I do truly believe Wolverine would win for all the reasons listed before. I think it would be a really close fucking fight, and it would be an awesome movie if it took place in the forest. Just fucking Wolverine versus T-1000. So make it happen, fucking Hollywood, and try not, rape any women in the process of making
Yeah, please
that movie.
don't. Stop harassing women.
It's getting old. So a 5.
And ladies, quit harassing men.
Yeah.
Equality.
Quit making accusations.
Yeah, right?
And we just got famous on Twitter.
Wow, these guys must be banned.
So, all right. So we're at 17 for
17 for the T-1000.
Yep.
Well, the T-1000 is a killing machine. It's what he's built for. I gave him 10s down the line.
Every fight.
I gave him 30 because he's not going to stop. He's just going to decimate the entire time because that's what he does, especially in a close quarters environment. And so that's what I was saying. Like, they're so evenly matched. Yeah. They're so evenly matched, except for the cage match in the forest. But Wolverine still does work. That's why I gave him only like one less point, because he's still, they both perform here. But T-1000 just doesn't stop. He
Even
doesn't.
with you going insane with your scores, we still have a really close fight.
Oh, please tell me it's like 44-44.
It is round 1 through 3 for Wolverine, 44.
All right.
It is round 1 through 3 for T-1000, 47. T-1000 takes the fight by 3 fucking points.
Yeah, that doesn't really surprise me.
No. But god damn it. That is a good one. I actually like doing this.
Yeah, that was a good way to do it. Maybe next one we do, I won't just be like, 10!
Well,
Fucking fuck math, 10!
but that's the thing is we're dealing with immortals here, and they only fucking deal in 10s. They don't, I gave him a 3 in round 1 for Wolverine.
I only deal with 10s, bruh.
Yeah.
Silence.
So T-1000 takes this fight. I'm happy. I'm bummed, but I'm not bummed because Logan.
No, dude,
and
just
that movie,
let your hatred for that die.
Let's hash this out.
Yeah, let your hatred for that movie die. It was a rad fucking movie. And he got fucking impaled on a stick and finally died because like he's not invincible.
I know.
He still is going to go through old age and everything like that because his regenerative properties break down after a while. That's what they were talking about in the movie.
All right, I'll give it to you.
So that's why.
So, one thing I wanted to
fucking bitch.
one thing I wanted to ask you before we conclude. Did you see the new Avengers trailer?
Yes, I did, and I totally saw somebody turn Thanos into Homer Simpson as well.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Like, I knew that motherfucker looked familiar.
Yeah, exactly. It all comes full circle after 30 seasons. Homer Simpson
finally takes over the world.
Yes.
Well, attempts to.
So what'd you think of it, though?
The trailer was cool. I dug it.
Marvel does the best trailers.
There's this theme in trailers, and I've started to notice it more and more. I really noticed it with that the big Star Wars trailer that was released.
Yeah.
Is how they talk like this through the whole trailer.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so fucking annoying to me. Like, just say it.
Yeah.
Like, quit trying to be dramatic, because after a while it gets old.
I think what
But trailers are rad. I love movie trailers.
I saw someone do a meme of it, and I'm like, this is perfect, where they literally stacked all of the different images of Thanos and how different he looks.
You know, I was thinking that. Didn't he used to be like Barney purple at one time?
Yeah, he was Barney purple.
And he didn't have like that crazy chin, like
the rigid square chin.
Yeah, like.
And technology has gotten better since then, but we're not talking that much better.
Well, general public is stupid people. We're stupid people, Steve. They can fool us.
I don't know, that one kind of bothered me. I'm like, man, he doesn't really look that badass. He kind of got off, and I was just like, all right, there he is. He looked way cooler in all the other fucking movies.
Yeah, he looked really small.
He looked
in the trailer.
He looked beatable.
Ooh.
Yes, I'll say that now. But I am excited because this will be an Avengers with Doctor Strange, which we talked about in the last one. I actually rewatched that movie 2 nights ago. I posted on Facebook that quote that it made me go, oh, that's a good quote. Where she was like, the one guy was just like, you helped me rid myself of my demons. And she's all like, we never get rid of our demons. We learn to live above them. I was like, that's a good quote.
It is.
But such a good movie. But yeah, Doctor Strange is going to be in it.
Oh, yeah, so many people in that one. Doctor Strange, Spider-Man is in there. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians, Ant-Man.
I think I'm pretty sure it's everyone who's been featured in a Marvel film. Every hero that's been featured is in there.
Yeah. Black Panther. I'm excited about that.
I wonder if Howard the Duck is going to be in there. Because he was in a movie. They totally showed him.
When?
Oh, what movie was it? Somebody's gonna have to help me out and post a comment. But they totally showed him in a movie. I'm pretty sure. Oh, actually, it was Benicio del Toro's character had him in his little collection.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy. That was the one. Yeah. Yeah, totally had Howard the Duck.
The only reason why I knew that is because I actually haven't watched Guardians in the first one since it came out, which is still, I already know, is one of the best Marvel flicks to come out, as we already talked about the last episode. Yeah. But have you been to California Adventure?
I've actually never been to California Adventure.
So they switched. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Okay. So they used to have the Tower of Terror.
Mm-hmm.
So Jess and I went on it the last time we were there like a month ago. And California Adventure turned it into a Guardians of the Galaxy ride.
Oh, whoa, that's kind of cool.
It's the whole way up is Benicio del Toro, just fucking in full character, just he's captured the Guardians, and the whole point of the ride is they help you escape. They help you help the Guardians escape, but it's an elevator that just fucking drops. That huge tower is an elevator that just boom, just up and down, and one of the coolest, scariest fucking rides I've ever been on, because you experience zero gravity when they drop you. You just have this moment where everything goes, oh, and what's crazy is after they do it a few times, it's all in darkness, and
darkness, everybody, darkness.
Twitter again. we get shot to the top at the very end, and instead of it being like a screen that's showing you like a Guardians thing going on, it's just an open window that shows you outside, that shows you how high up you are.
And then just drops you.
Just drop you.
It's pretty good.
So it's definitely worth a fucking...
Man, it really seems like Disney's just taking over everything, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, Star Wars, Marvel, childhood,
yes. Well,
kind of like an untouchable entity.
So we talked about this... right before we started recording, but if you listen to the last episode, Kevin's seen Justice League now, and I...
Yes, I have officially seen the Justice League, and...
1 out of 5, what do you give it? Don't go...
2.
A 2,
yeah,
wow.
I gave it a 2.
All right.
Which is... Anyone who knows me, I defend the DC movies like crazy, because I've personally enjoyed all of them, even through the stupid my mom's name is Martha too thing. I liked that. This movie was bad.
Would you recommend just waiting till this one comes out?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Download it illegally.
I mean, I have. I have.
Because they don't deserve the money.
The Fire Stick, so I can just watch it whenever. It's just usually kind of shitty quality.
Their studio does not deserve money for that flick. It was cool. Don't get me wrong. It was cool seeing, spoiler alert, Superman beat the shit out of people.
Yeah.
And, all the other Guardians doing their thing and looking cool. But story-wise, no. That thing was...
And I am Team Clooney. You're Kilmer, right?
Kilmer, bro.
Kilmer, yeah.
Totally Kilmer.
Dude, we got to get like my dad in here because he'll be like, oh, so Michael Keaton he just really reinvented the role.
I don't know. I think Nisbet would need to represent his boy Keaton in that one.
Is that his guy? Is
Pretty
Keaton?
sure it is. Pretty
he can't
sure I
turn
heard
his
him say
head.
that.
He can't turn his head.
Neither can Batfleck.
That's true. That's why he sucks. No, he's the best. He's the best.
See Justice League.
Ah,
See Justice League.
he sucks in
He's
it.
kind of a blubbering idiot. Like he just he was dumb. Batman was stupid in
Is
that movie.
Aquaman a badass?
He's an alcoholic, so I have a soft spot in my heart for alcoholics. So
Wonder Woman was hot.
Absolutely. One day I'm gonna marry that girl.
We gotta have like a Wonder Woman versus someone. We gotta have Harley Quinn versus someone too.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'm down.
but
with
they
that.
can't go against each other because that's
Like
a
Harley
bloodbath.
Quinn versus what's the chicken Avengers? ScarJo.
Black Widow.
Yeah, Black Widow
Ooh.
versus Harley Quinn. Then
Yeah.
neither one of them have powers.
No, that's a fair fight.
Yeah, they're just both bad bitches.
One's not hotter than the other either.
Yeah? Well, I don't know about that. ScarJo's my baby.
All right, so that's episode 2 of There Can Be Only One. Make sure to go on onlyonepodcast.com to express your opinion. Polls will be up this week. I got that going. Facebook.com, Only One Podcast, or / Only One Podcast. And we will be up on iTunes, so be sure to rate and vote, comment, do all that stuff.